Erudia, an ancient land where gods walk among men. A living, breathing high fantasy world that we want to put into your hands. But we cannot do this alone. In order to bring you back to what tabletop is all about, combat, exploration, adventure, we need your help to bring it to life. By supporting us on Patreon, you can support this project and the cast of Moonskull, with our promise that we will answer to the only people that matter. You. Legend Seeker. Your legend starts here. Forge your path. Shape your destiny.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Froste, and I'm here to work on lore for Legend Seeker, the TTRPG that Erudia is writing, and I'm working on the lore of the Godlands, which is the cradle of civilization. And that was weird. My computer just went weird. Cradle of civilization in Erudia. So this is what I'm going to be doing. But first, I wanted to let you all know that in the season that we find ourselves in, I wanted to be kind and give you all something. And so you can all have a free punch on your next card or the card you're using for whatever place you're at. Just go ahead and punch it yourself. They won't figure it out. Get yourself one step closer to whatever the heck it is you're trying to get. Free coffee, massage, I don't know, peep show, whatever it is you have a frequent flyer card for. Do it. Treat yourself. Didn't tell you to do this, by the way. Not my fault. Or something like that. Zerator once is off work and spending time with a wizard who sounds like he's a radio host. Hey, everybody. Oh, God. I sound like I'm on radio with an echo. Why would I sound like I have an echo? I have that muted. What else could be going on? I have no other audio coming through. Did my cat hit a button somewhere here? Let's see. Oh, I did.
So, when one of my cats walks across the roadcaster and I don't notice it, you get weird effects. I don't even know what that effect is. Megaphone is what that was.
Everybody, get out there and get those free punch cards.
I never use those buttons on my roadcaster, so I have no idea what they do. Well then, I'm not going to do all that again. So whatever, go punch cards, do things, get yourself some free stuff, kids. So I have in front of me the little list of things that I ate really quickly because I didn't have any lunch or dinner yet. So I quickly got some Portillo's delivered. If you don't know what Portillo's is, shame on you. I got a combo bowl with both sweet and hot peppers, which is a bowl full of shaved beef in gravy with sweet peppers, hot peppers, celery, carrots, and everything. It's delicious and tasty, but it also comes with a hot link sausage in it. I had that. Plus, I had a big beef sandwich, which is, you know, a big beef sandwich like this, which is all those same ingredients on bread with sauce over the top of it, cut in half. I had a jumbo chili dog with onions and an order of fries with a little side of au jus. And I ate all that, and I'm still awake at the moment. Bam. So we finished up working on a bunch of stuff along the coast of Kiru here last time. So what I'm gonna do is get myself back over to my map here. Well, I can see what I'm talking about. Minimize that, move this over here. And we went through all these places and came up with a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I did want to kind of do something with this area. There's all these cool little islands. There's this little bay. There's this just nice little promontory out here that just kind of looks like it should have something, right? Right. Gonna pass out in an hour. Boom! Done. Do it. Nap it up. Wait. No, I shouldn't nap it up. No, I'm not gonna nap it up. You can't make me think about naps. I'm gonna be Calebin back in my chair real soon. Or Mawson, one of the two. I don't know which one's worse. So what can we put here? We could put a little fortress here. We could put a ruins here. A ruins might be kind of fun. What else would be really interesting around here? Because they already have the northernmost city, so it really wouldn't make sense to have a city here. I went to Portillo's where I live for a heavy snack. Just a chili dog. Waited 20 minutes and they hadn't even started. Message corporate because I needed to leave and didn't get food. Ooh, Jensen, that sucks. The one near me is... They're super fast and they're super dedicated. There's one all the way on the other side of town, which started out like amazing. And then after the first year, it just turned into, where's my food? The one on this side of town has just been stellar all the time. I don't know. Not sure why. Never been. New Jersey doesn't have much by the way of fast food. All your food's fast food. Isn't it all just pony dogs and fried clams and funnel cakes? Isn't that what New Jersey's made of? I don't know. Also, a fry I didn't get. They gave me enough to buy it again. I don't consider that making it right. No, not at all. Boardwalk food. Yes. Just don't do what my friend did on a dare and take the funnel cake, fold that thing over, crunching it all up, and put the fried clams inside it and put chili on it and eat it. He did it on a dare, and he said he never felt sicker in his whole life. So don't do that. All right, so I'm going to think about this. I don't know if I want to think about it before just ramming something down there, because Ukelos is where the wall is, the massive wall that blocks this whole place off. It doesn't quite make sense to have that thing real close. I want to think about that. I think this could be interesting to be like a ship's graveyard. Like ships keep getting sucked into this area here because it's there's a horrible whirlpool-y storm of some sort. I'm just going to leave myself a label here. And we're going to put this in the right thing. We'll just call it label. We'll just leave it as ship graveyard for now. I did that stupid thing where I can't select it again. Hate that more than you could know. Yep, can't do it. All right. Yeah, it just doesn't. Shipple graveyard. It's worse than a ship graveyard. It's a shipple graveyard. The worst kind of graveyard. Where all of Zap Brannigan's ships end up. Myth legend! Need to make food. What are you going to make, Dave? What are you going to make? Prepping dinner, wood grilled teriyaki chicken and rice. That's a little bit better than what I had. So my food was really good. I ate it in a very short amount of time. Ground beef and pasta. Ooh, that sounds good. Ground beef sounds really good. For whatever reason, I was in the mood for eating a lot of like chili and or beef. So that's why I got beef bowl with a sausage and then a beef sandwich, the hot peppers on it, and then a chili dog. So pork, beef, chili, all over. Yeah, we're gonna leave this as ship graveyard. I'm going to put it here. Where's the entry for Kish? All right, and then we're gonna go right below it. All right, so we'll just call that the ship graveyard. I'm just saying entry for the whirlpool / tidal bay that draws in ships during storms and wrecks them. Destroy them all. Die, ships, die. All right. So, we'll have to think of a good name for this because we could go with a name from the Azure Kingdom, but this is definitely down on the coast of Kiru and the Giants. Yeah, I'll think about that. I'm going to put a note to myself here. Maybe a Kyrian name for it. Okay. Work. That could work. Wrong channel, people. No, totally the right channel. We're over here now. We're here and we're loving it. And there's nothing. We're here and there's nothing to fear. There you go. And there's no beer. Well, you can leer, but always cheer. Aha! Ship all your graveyard. No, don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I found out? My wonderful cat, Charlie, who came back again this morning. So he's back again to visit, and then he went back outside again. So hopefully that means he's going to just get back into his pattern of coming back every single day. Was hanging out with me while I was having a snack after breakfast while I was working. And I'm like eating a croissant and picked up a piece of it. And all of a sudden I feel a paw go. Like, what? And he's just like, ow, 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 ow. And he took a piece of the croissant that had butter on it. I was like, hey, buddy, that's mine. And he just looks at me and goes, like, you ate that really quickly. So I gave him 2 more pieces. And then he's just like, I want the whole thing. So I had to stop him finally because it's a croissant. Cats don't need croissants. But I found out that, well, obviously he loves butter, but he loves croissant. Croissant. He's all over it. All right. So here in this area, this is the marshy hills and everything around Mirror Lake and where the guard Zintor and everything is for the wonderful dwarves. I was trying to decide if I wanted to put something up in the area above the Foulstep Marshes near Guard Carmur, but I couldn't figure out what made the most sense there. Do I want something that is an old dwarven outpost, the entrance to like a fouled mine or something that had gotten flooded? I haven't 100% determined what I want to put here, but something is tickling the back of my brain. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a little thing right where this hill is. I think the best place. I kind of like the idea of it being at the head of the river, but it wouldn't flow because the water would be flowing out. This makes more sense because I could have the water flowing back. So we're going to take these hills and nestle it behind those trees. We're going to take these little trees and move a couple of them over here. Because then they'll get a little more view. Move this little guys over here as well. Let's see. I think this. Okay, there's the piece. Yep. This guy over here. Because I think this little piece of water here, I think what I can do is I can smoosh it over here a little bit with some water. Some little water painting and whatnot. This is the lake tool. This is the freshwater brush. This is water appearance. So I want my freshwater brush. But I need to go in a ways here because it's going to be a little small. You don't want to make it too full. We're just going to make this place look a little more porous when it comes to the amount of water in here. Get a little bit better edges on some of this stuff here. It should feel a little more like this whole area is pretty much waterlogged. Oh, it works. Because we'll put a little bit inside the hills here, like inside these little pockets. Go. Because this area is going to be where the flooded mine is. What? Are we going to call it something as simple as the flooded mine? No! We're also not going to name it something simple like Timmy. Mm-hmm. There we go. Happy little trees. I want treats. Swamp Thing! Do have some popcorn downstairs. Ooh, good choice. Corrupted dwarves with vines or Swamp Thing dwarves. Wait a second. Happy little trees. Happy little trees! I tried to rhyme. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, we're over here because this means we don't have to split people between the two channels right now. This will make it a lot easier for everybody on Moonskull to find us, quite honestly. Because I actually even got messages from a couple of people saying, "Wait, I thought you were doing writing things. I don't see it." And I was like, "It's over on the Legend Seeker channel." And they're like, "Oh, like yeah, where have you been? Been doing it for a long time." They're like, "I just kind of watched the replays and the thing, and I wasn't really paying attention to which channel I was on." I'm like, "Okay, that works." You know, some people. Oh boy, that word doesn't work. And that one's interesting because it's almost a literal Latin transliteration of the word. Wonder what this means. Let's see what this means. I clicked on a word and it took me to an entry that doesn't exist. The little part on their page is just this blank square. I'm like, ah. Oh, okay. Oh man, that is quite a word. I don't think that's going to work very well for me. Okay. Let's go with that. Oh, that could work. Let me try this one once. Looking up the etymology of words is kind of fun. Okay. What's this mean? What does this mean? Okay, I can do that. I think I've got an idea here. Where is my symbols? Or labels, I mean. Oh, wait. It's going to sound really strange now that I think about it. We're just going to call it Kapalna right now, which basically is a word for mine. We're not going to put the flooded part on it. We're just going to put this here. Let's see. We're at... Oops, I'm in the wrong place to be doing that. I'll check chat in a second. They're saying stuff. All right, Takis, Carved Moon, the Foul Step Marshes. Let's put Palna here. What would that be called? So we'll just say that this was a flooded coal mine specifically. All right, there we go. Gonna play video games all night, watch the snowfall. Woo! Find me. Try to be one of the platforms when you be streaming busy time of month. Yeah. Keep wondering where your year went. Well, try to be where Frost is streaming. Well, that's very kind of you, Dave. Very kind of you. I'm very happy, I think, that Reverend Dr. Klaus did not meet his sticky end, as it were. It was an acidic end that he avoided quite deftly, I think. Oh, I have no coffee. I drank all my coffee and forgot to get more. I'm so sad now. All right. And what's Marsh Waters Rose? He tries to avoid being blind to off. Yeah, I'm pretty good at doing that because I don't always look at my kick chat. He didn't almost. Maybe he almost died. Yes, almost stupid party member saved me, then complained. Klaus found the key piece of paper that tells us about Demon Doza. Yep, important. I'm glad that we decided to actually look at that eventually because I had Oscar, after it was handed to him, Oscar handed it to a person, and then that person never looked at it and then never went and got the other person. And I was like, wait a second. Wait a minute. Where's this going? All right. We'll leave that as it is. We'll let that be. We'll let that stand. Oop, I don't need another. Oop. There we go. That. All right. Yeah, what Klaus really found was a list of who was naughty and who was nice. It was perfect. So on brand. Wait a minute. And I just heard loud clumps at my door in the back. Oh my gosh. All right. Be one of those evenings. I got to go check on them. I don't have the sticker set up right now, so enjoy chair. I'll be right back. One moment. Cats, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. My goodness. My cats are cats. Specifically a cat. Hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. Hello. It is a Vino. A Calvino. Look at that face. Look at that happy face. He's already, I mean, he's, for one thing, he's soaked from being in the snow. So gross. Thanks, buddy. But also he is covered in little tiny burrs. They're not the big kind. They're the little tiny ones that get everywhere in him that feel like he's got little tiny leaves stuck to him. Hey, buddy. All right. So, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bonk you on the nose there. I'm going to wipe my hands off because you are just gross right now. You're just totally snow covered. Yeah, go ahead, lay down. Lay down, buddy. Look, tail. Look, everybody at cat tail. Hi. You have such big eyes right now. I guess it's dark out. You're out in the dark. All right, there. Little less gross. All right, find a good spot. There you go. Perfect. It's like you know what you're doing. You're a professional. He's a professional streamer, folks. No, that's my thumb. I need that. I need the whole thumb. Don't try and eat it, please. Thank you. Wolf is starting to wolf out, so this will be fun. Oh, no. Hi, Calvino. Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Come here a second. Come here. Come here. I'm going to give you a snuggle. There you go. You got your snuggle. Now we're going to pat him. Professional. Are you going to sit or are you going to hop off? All right, bye. I think he's disappointed because I put him out once I brought my food down here. And he smelled all the beef and he's like, and then I put them all outside so I could eat. Big old Vino. He's a troublemaker. Charlie slept on my lap for almost 3 hours today. My legs are killing me. Wolfie slept behind me on my chair, which, you know, one thing was too big of a deal, but since this chair is not the biggest chair in the world and he's a huge cat, it was like having lumbar support, sort of, but not. Wolf knows how to turn off the camera. Well, he did. Actually, I'm not sure which one of the cats hit the megaphone button. I don't know. One of them hit the button earlier. I don't know. Yeah, one cat on the roadcaster and you get megaphone. Oh, yeah, I guess Dave didn't get to hear that because I don't think he was here at the very beginning. So I accidentally started the stream sounding like this, Dave.
I was talking like this, and everybody was excited, and they told me I sound like an idiot.
Because there's a button on the roadcaster that does that, and I didn't realize it. Oops. I don't even know what it sounds like because I didn't turn it on to hear myself, so yay. All right, so Kopalna. So right now, I'm on a troll kick lately. So I have trolls in this cave now too. So this is a flooded coal mine, one of the oldest landmarks of the Zinter clan's early colony in the area. It was abandoned once the marsh waters rose and followed the tunnels. Home now to a coven of trolls, the place is a death trap, and the dwarves have put up markers at the edges of the trolls' territory, warning travelers of their existence. Runners, take your marks! It sounds like that more often. Well, every time the cats step on the roadcaster, I shall. At least I didn't sound like a weird robot or something. That would have been lots of fun. What else can we say about Kopalna? So, you know, the other thing this reminds me or makes me think of that we need is we need the remnants of a little marsh road out there. Paths. Paths. Yep. It will go up into the mountains and go through. There. So there's this little path that meanders all the way through these hills. That's kind of the broken old road that used to head to Kopalna, where they used to get coal from. Long ways off, but a very rich coal mine, which is now flooded and full of trolls. What are you doing, buddy? What do you need? Hi. Well, yes, you are a cat. Yes, you are, in fact, a cat. Thank you for yelling at me. Would you like to come sit on my lap and fall asleep? It's a very cat thing to do. I hear all the cool cats are doing it. Or you can go lay on your blanket. It's up to you. Trolls, I thought Transastic left. Well, and Tomix isn't here, so today's fight will be a real humdinger of an event, ladies and gentlemen. You don't like dwarves, swamp things, and the flooded mine. Well, didn't like dwarves, swamp things, and the flooded mine. I don't think swamp things exist. Rolling in the deep. No. So what I have right now is I said a darker presence also resides in the mine, a vampire lord who is using the trolls as his eyes and ears across the region. So, maybe we'll make it a female vampire. And she's just using these poor trolls. She's got a whole bunch of troll simps. And she is using them to just start to take power in the area. Had to reset. Still not 100% sure if stream froze on my side or if you're being quiet and still. Sorry, that was very mean of me. I apologize profusely. Since we're on trolls, I'm trolling. Okay, buddy. And if you guys see my green screen just suddenly explode or fall away or something, well, let me tell you. It's because Calvino is being a dork. What are you doing, buddy? What? I don't understand what in the world you're doing. That's your blanket. That's literally your blanket that you sleep on. I just moved it over a foot. He looks like he's in such distress. Buddy, it's your blanket. What are you doing, dude? Here. How about I put like a box down here to play in, climb in, or look at or something? Because you seem to need something to amuse yourself. My goodness. So now we'll just hear the crunching of a box or him catapulting off into the stratosphere somewhere. I don't know what's up with him. Personally, I'm surprised the cats haven't knocked the green screen down before now. Well, I have a the green screen is anchored on, I guess they're drape rods because I have them bolted to the ceiling joist. And it's, you know, there's the top of the curtain has a folded over sewn top, so the rod goes through it like drapes. And it's pretty strong. They've tried to climb it and they haven't ripped it yet. Let's see. Vampire with Troll Simps. I say we name it Michaela. She will love it. Oh no. No. We've already got a Michaela in here. She's a red-headed halfling who runs a bar, the Merry Maiden in Medenford. So she has a special drink that's got hot pepper in the drink. Hi. What's up? You gonna come over and sit now? Now that you've nope, you're gonna come over here. I don't know what you're doing, buddy. You're just in a weird mood. Enjoy. Be in a weird mood. So yeah, we'll have to call her something else. I don't have her name right now, this vampire. She's just well, we'll say having what's the death trap? Okay, dark present resides in the mind of vampire mistress who's using controls as her ears and the eyes and ears across the region as she gathers her power. Having feuded with her master, she fled his displeasure and is looking to set up her own coven. Set up her own coven and challenge him. So she left home, wasn't happy with her vampire creator, fled, and is now looking to take him down. All right, Calvino, are you just gonna pace? Because you're driving me nuts. Come here, buddy. Hey, come here. Come here. Peep, peep. Meow. Come here. Come on up. Come here. I know you smell beef. What am I going to do about it? It's in the air. All the beef has been eaten. Come on up. Good boy. All the beef has been eaten. Now you can relax. There you go. All right. So what else do you think should be in this area in the mines, Calvino? Like big stone lions? Mountain cats? Vampire cats? None of those things? No. He's just like, beef. There should be beef. Runs a bar. Imagine she doesn't even need a bouncer. She just tosses people over the door. There you go. You can leave vampire ritual simps. Keep thinking that Dave. He's playing a great vampire on Friday nights. I have to catch up on it too. Yeah. Amaze. There you go, Calvino. Sleep, sleep, sleep the sleep of the sleepy. Hold now to a clan of trolls. It places a death trap at the floors and put up markers at the edge of trolls' territory. Okay, there we go. Vampire cows. No, no. Angry birds. Vampire minotaur. Rawr. He's just edgy. He just wants to work on his music, but nobody will leave him alone. An emo minotaur. Tossing his hair around with his little nose ring. Gosh. No, not everything gets to be silly. Water from falls and maze like tunnels and the clan of trolls. It doesn't know the word coven. Good job, word. You're the best. What you doing, buddy? He gets super duper like silky soft in the winter because his coat gets really thick. So it's like petting a mink. He's just a floofy, soft mink cat. Or an ermine. I don't know what you want to be. An ermine? Or a mink? Let's see. What else can we put with her? Other female minotaur? Where's the other go? Don't know. Some vampire minotaurs. Next chapter. Croissant's favorite farm book. No. All right. Come and challenge him. If I could put I don't think that would make a whole lot of sense, though. I don't think you could really have a troll vampire. What? You just wanted to see if I was holding on to any beef or something. He's like, wait, is that beef? Is there beef? Is there beef? Snow does wonders for fur. Here you go, Gino. No. Okay, Calvino. I need my hands back, though. Okay, you can lay here and be all snuggly. I just need my hands back to type and work. We're gonna leave that as it is. So in the Falstaff marshes, we have the blood spitters. They're the lizard folk. Blood spitter lizard folk. The undead scourge. All right. And since there is the undead scourge in here, and every month the marshes are filled with more undead, he is trying to discover the secret of the undead that rise in the marshes monthly, and is close to making a breakthrough. So she's here. She's trying to figure out the riddle of the undead so she can use them to her own ends. Who doesn't go to the fair and look at the ladies? Wait a second. Calvino, this is not beef. This is a can of Coca-Cola. You will not want. You will not want. No, you won't. And I'm not giving you my receipt either. Printed on heat paper with ink in it. If you chew on that, you get all inky mouth. Blech. Right? Yeah. Or thermal paper. That's what I was trying to think of it. Heat paper, thermal paper, whatever. All right. Mud golems occasionally rise from the black waters to stalk the marshes. The swamp kobolds. This is the marshes that are home to more than one clan of small kobolds who hunt, fish, and live within the misty and shrouded boundaries of the Falstaff marshes. We'll get rid of the name. We don't need that. All right, so she is close to discovering the lost blade of Thexal. If you remember, the blade of the new moon lies in these marshes. It's from the lizard folk warlock Thexal who died here, and that thing just sits pulsing out its black magic every month, trying to bring things to his aid. But he's long dead, and the blade is doing what it's doing, and there's nowhere for these things to go. It lies in the waters of the marshes. Oh, I should check and find out if we're having my game after this. We'll see if I can, when I'm done here, if I get to nap or if I have to play a game. Let's see what we got. What? What? Dork? Okay. Okay, that's the Sapphire Road, so that doesn't affect this. Sapphire Grottos, the Dwarven Ale House up there. Yeah, Sapphire Grottos up in there. Oh. Slip into food coma. Shall not slip into food coma. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we're going to be playing because nobody said we aren't. So we'll find out. Now I see messages from work. Why? Don't have time to. Oh. Well, I will get to that in a little bit. So let's see. In this note, I mentioned. Oh no, that's the. I changed the name from whatever I had in there to Thexal. The lizard folk warlock. All right. Now we do have Moragath the Devourer here. Would you guard the guards for the last arrive at Moragath? That's where Moragath lives. Okay. So Moragath is the dragon who lives up here. Absolutely hates Viridithra, the ancient dragon, who is now here. They've been warring for forever. He wants to destroy the elven trees. He wants to keep the elven trees safe because then she can be friends with the elves and have a safe place to be. And also enjoys protecting the world. Moragath just wants to destroy stuff. He's just a jerk. That's all it is. Beef coma! Excuse me. Let's see. All right, so we've got Kapalna there. Did I name main city of Mount Zintor? Not. I don't recall if I did. I'm gonna have to look that up. I remember I have to ask Erudia for definitely for clarification because I know I made fire sand because we have the little bombs that Pyotr, son of Gorka, the dwarven explosives aficionado uses. But I can't remember if we had cannons. Mainly for ships. So I just don't remember if we did. Because that'll be important for stuff over by Concordia. All right, so where would, because Moragath is up in here, because he can then head into Acadia, he can head into Zintor, he can head in the Edge of Kingdom, he can go to Soulspires. He has access to everywhere from there. She's there and can go all over the place. I think if I need something right at the northern part of the Zinturian Pass into Acadia. I'd go to the fair, but you've seen some of the ladies. You really need to ask Erudia. I do. I gotta do it. Totally canon. Somebody's in a food coma. And his name is Black and White 22-pound cat. We're the ones that really come up with these ideas. Well, you go ahead and come up with the idea, and we'll see what works out. There's gonna be jelly cannons everywhere and like jumping pads. It'll be like a Mario game pretty soon. I'm just looking at the roads and areas through here. So there's really no road through this area. It's all around the area. I mean, part of that is because the elves don't need roads to go anywhere over there because they never bothered. The lizard folk don't create roads. They're relatively semi-nomadic, relatively nomadic. Small roads that do exist in there are kind of claimed by all the marsh. Food coma. Because you can't see the huge sleeping cat who's just like passed out. Comics. So there. Hello, Erudai. Where region of the exploding prairie dogs at? Boy, those are probably, if anywhere, in the Soul Spires. I'm just gonna guess. Erudai, since I have you here, I have the idea of fire sand because that's what I have Piotr using in his little bombs, and it's incredibly unstable. Do they have cannons in this world? Like, would ships have cannons, or would ships just use normal things like ballista and like mages shooting fire and stuff? Speak and the devil arrives. And hello, DCB Titan. I just noticed that you were the one who said go to ask canon, or got to ask if canon is canon. Whap whap. Whap whap. Okay. Comics, you have to tell me if I name this and if it's too close to a real word or not. Can you read this? Can you read what this says? Kopalna. Kopalna. Really want Frost to have Swamp Thing dwarfs in his flooded mind who are simps of the Vampire Queen. Well, she's already got trolls. She's a vampire mistress who fled her vampire master, is now looking to consolidate power, seeking the mystery of why all these undead rise in the Falstep marshes. She's close to finding the old blade of the lizard folk warlock who died there. And she already has a whole bunch of troll simps. Last thing you want are two whole tribes of simps fighting over who's the more simpy. And thus began the Simp Wars. The Simp Wars have begun. Begun has this Simp War? Is that what it is? Exactly. Yep. That's exactly. It is a mine. It is literally a flooded coal mine. And I was going to call it, I was going to use a word for flooded or fouled or spoiled. But I just decided we're going to just call it Kopalna. I wasn't planning on firearms or cannons. I imagine the explosive grenades used in green, they're magically made by alchemists using some natural resource. Yeah, the fire sand is something that like Piotr knows how to make and the dwarves know how to make somewhat, but it's incredibly unsafe. Must be missing the reference, Dave. I just think Dave wants, vine-covered dwarves. I don't know. What? Do we know? What do you need, buddy? Mr. Kitty Cat Food Coma. There. Go ahead, lay back down. Which state has the greatest number of dad jokes? Pennsylvania. You're a horrible person, and I love it. Good job. Now I can make Frost read my jokes. You are not wrong. And I could do it in this voice.
Which state has the greatest number of dad jokes? Pennsylvania.
Tip your waitress. Not be welcome on ships in any large quantity. Yeah, exactly. And that was the reason that when he was up at the when he was in, was it Dunbourg? He was in one of the, oh no, it was Dunville, Dunhome. I don't remember where I sent him, where Piotr did his little bit of sentence where he was sentenced to, you know, a little bit of work for a year or more. He accidentally blew up one of the towers with the stuff. So yeah, it's incredibly unstable and dangerous. Yes. Hey, buddy. I made the mistake of now putting my arms, one under his head between his front paws and one under his back paws, kind of, you know, like you see Commander Endu with his cat put from both ends. And he has grabbed a hold of me now with claws. And doesn't want to let go. No, buddy, I need my arm back. I know it's super comfy, but I need it back. I need it back. Come on, excuse me. Let me have it back. Ow. Yes, I know. You're so annoyed. You're like, why did you give me your arm if you're just going to take it back? No, I have holes in me. All right. Agent Corey, ban. Yeah, well, accidentally, catsidentally, however it works. Pun room, pun room, pun room. Oh my gosh. I like the idea of pun room. Let's see. There's Kapalna. Now, if I wanted to, I could add something else along the way here, but I'm still trying to reconcile her with other things. I'm trying to figure out, because Morgath the Devourer lives up here in these mountains too. And I don't want too many monster creatures living in the area. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you're flicking your tail like you're about to attack me. Are you going to attack me? Don't do it. King Darte, welcome to Moon Skulls. More dirt, dirt room, dirt room, dirt room. What do you call a mimic with no eyes? MMC. That's the cats upstairs, Kelby. No, it's not me. All right, buddy. It means fossil. Oh, I did miss that one. Oh, fossil. That's not a word I ever used, heard. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of cool, because I mean, it's the first mine that the dwarves put down here. They found coal and stuff there, and I guess I could become a member again now that Frost is back. Nice, Dave. Nice. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, that's kind of cool. But see, here's the thing: is this is full of, it was a coal mine, so technically, you know, full of not really fossil, but sort of fossilized plants, not really, carbonized plants, and now it's flooded with marsh water and full of trolls and a vampire. Mimic with no eyes is called 2100. Wow. 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 Oh, by the way, Erudia, congratulations. 10,000. 10,000 subscribers. Again, monumental achievement. I'm impressed. It's full of liquefied dinosaurs. Yes! Yeah, simp trolls. Okay, so yeah, they are a bunch of trolls who are completely in service to a vampire mistress. and they wander out into the Fallstep marshes and bring back people to eat. Welcome back, Dave. Exactly. Welcome back. Trying to think if there's anything I could do. No, because the giant with his war wives, he's more fighting against the other creatures, and it's too far away for him to have to want to deal with them or have to deal with them, because he'd have to go right through the Dwarven lands and past the Dwarven fortresses. That's not going to work out for him. Yeah. All right, I think they're on their own. That leaves the fair creatures of Lubun and the area of the Rotwash, all the what do you call them? The mums. I was like the peoples, the mums, and all the other creatures that live out here, the small folk. Definitely relying on the dwarves to protect them from anything that comes erupting out of the Fallstep marshes. Okay. Extremely exciting. That's cool. Hey, since you get 10,000 subscribers, does that mean you get one of those plaque things from YouTube? Welcome back, Carter. I like Carter better than Cotter. Mr. Carter. Welcome back, Cotter was an interesting show, I gotta say. All right. Oh, you think that starts at 100,000? Oh, well, yeah, you just got to get 10 times as many. You get there. You get there. They up the number for the plaque? Okay. Yeah, sounds like it. I don't know. I never had one, so I don't know. Could have been 7 for all I know. I don't know. 10% incremental. That's basically halfway there. Yay! You're 10% of the way there. He's 10% of the way there, Calvino. How's that strike you? It strikes you well? Okay. He just looks at me and goes, meh. He thinks it's good. All right. So, in terms of Gard Karmund, I'm going to read this really quickly here. Because this fortress straddles the only pass that leads north around the mountains towards Lost Academy and the northern waste beyond. Overseas, not only the defense of the southern lands, also home to the great war forges, built from the redstone of the northern mountains, its opposing side of the horizon. Oh, I fetch from really so okay. What? Do you need to go somewhere and do something? Is this what you're telling me? You seem like you're twitching your tail like you're a crazy cat at the moment. And I really don't feel like losing flesh when you jump up. And I will. Like, good to do the Wednesday stream this week. Yes, I'm good to do it. Yep. Some of us have to make it past 10 subs. Well, I've made it past 10. We can get you past 10. We can do it. We just missed our game. There you go. Yeah, I haven't even hit 200. I don't know. I just need to hot tub stream evidently, or VTuber it and pretend I'm a woman evidently. I think this is all stuff that Tomix has told me I have to do. He's a crazy cat. Tarkin needs to go outside. Well, enjoy, Tarkin. Drag Dave around. Do the Marmaduke thing. Okay, there we go. Let's see, Garzentor, that's the other one. So I could add something in here between Moda and Carmoon. Let me check Moda. The Grand Markets, a racing circuit, was known across the kingdom for its brothels and temples devoted to Davila. It was a hedonistic place, Calvino. Oh no. Young cats can't know about this. Hey, you really don't need to do all that. No, Tomix. Blue Wizard Band? No. Yes, Tomix. No, yes, Tomix. Yes, no, Tomix. No, I'll probably just sit in obscurity rather than do any of that. I think I shall do it. Not. All right, Kadesh. Yeah. Oh, it's okay, Calvino. Every time I suddenly say something, he's like, his head pops back up. Like, what? Where? There's fire? We're getting attacked by the Huns? Great city has spent 1,000 years slowly being reclaimed by the desert sands. And punch to that. Before he was very, very against it. Now he's joking about doing it. He's getting closer to crossing the line. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's totally it. What do you think they did, Calvino? You think they knocked over the wheel again? You think they knocked over the wheel again? I'm thinking they did. They're going to break that thing soon. I'm going to have to figure out how to fix it. That's going to be great. Musuch. Oh, that's right. The Lord of Glass is out here. I wonder if... Musuch lives here. He could be starting to get hungry for treasure and wanting to go after things in Mount Zintor. I'm going to have to think about that. Because, I mean, he's a dragon, so you can just go over the mountains. But, like, would he? I don't know. I don't know if he would. Hot tub stream. Just a picture of a hot tub. There you go. It's just literally a camera of a hot tub. I'll just see if I can find a miniature hot tub to put on my desk and just run it. I love this idea. I'm going to search for one. All right. Background of the green screen. There you go. I'll put tub. Ugh. Ugh. Nope. Somebody sent a thing around at work until somebody said, you know, that's probably considered inappropriate for work. And they're like, really? They said, I just read a thing that said a study shows that 1 in 7 people has a thing for people's feet. So anytime you go in a room, there's likely somebody who likes feet. And people are like, thanks. Thanks. We didn't need to know that. Then that's when somebody said, you know, that's probably an HR violation. Like, I'm just amazed that people feel free to share all kinds of information at work. All right. There we go. Yeah. Oh, no, exactly. Kind of like my feet. Why would I walk out without them? Exactly. Exactly. They're my favorite. I need them. All right. Oh, here we go. Okay. Where is my thesaurus page? Thesaurus. Why did my dark reader get turned off on this page? Weird. The obvious answer is peg legs. Feet are also good to measure unless you like metric. I don't have metrics. I've got feet. All right. I'm just toying with the idea of, like I said, whether or not I have Musuk doing something else, trying to bump the dwarves. So what I'm just going to basically say is lately he's turned his eyes towards the dwarven caravans that travel between Zintor and Knetzev, looking for weaknesses. So realistically, what he's doing is just looking at the past between Zintor and Adhen and Knetzev, basically looking down in the mountains, just sitting there like, is it smart? Do I want to attack and anger the dwarves? I don't know. Maybe. They're small. There are a lot of them, and they're fierce. Womp womp. Still do sciences. How many bananas is it? Depends on the type of banana, I guess. Let me look at my map here. The food coma is trying to get me. I don't want to. What? What do you mean? He says. I kind of know what his big argument is, because he hasn't had food today. It's all crunchy food. I'm gonna fall to the food coma. No, I'm gonna do jumping jacks. See? Just believe that the lower half of me is jumping up and down. Pretend. So I'm gonna have a couple of questions that I want to talk about tomorrow night on the QA thing, Erudia, because I want to bring up some ideas for things that are gonna be known across the Godlands and Erudia, kind of specifically. Like people will know, like, oh, Fryland's where you do this, or Mount Zinter, I've heard of it, or there's something in the Azure Kingdom, or Kiryu has, you know, the swords of the of Rigo. Some legendary things that we can point to, like, oh, this is obviously, you know, we have the place where the silent Arete and the places where, you know, the battle for Crimson Skies took place. But having a few other things that are like legendary that people will talk about, you know, obviously in our world we have things like Excalibur, and we have places of legend and stuff like that. Definitely want to add a few more things like that that maybe people don't have on the map, don't know about. I had some thoughts here and there. And just to ask you some questions about that tomorrow. Oh, I think I touched my eye with a little bit of spicy pepper. Oops. Food? What? Jumping jacks on stream, just like the hot streamers, thought streamers do. Bars, legendary pork chops on Thursday. Legendary pork chops, really? Where the original Bill's Meat Pies is located. Right over there. Yeah, I had, I was telling everybody at the beginning of the stream, Tomix, before I ate, or before I started the stream, I hadn't had lunch and I hadn't had dinner. So I ordered some Portillos. And I had a combo bowl, which is a bowl filled with shredded beef, or not shredded beef, but like the little thin slices of roast beef, and a hot link, basically a hot sausage, with sweet and hot peppers in what they call their sauce, or au jus, or gravy, or whatever they call it. In addition, I had a big beef sandwich with gravy on the side, cut in half with the sweet and hot peppers on it as well. It's a, you know, big sandwich. A jumbo chili dog with onions, and large fries. And I ate that all quickly. So I'm yeah, gonna probably fall into a food coma at some point. Tomix knows what makes a pork chop legendary. Everyone talks about, like Jet's Pizza. They always talk about it in this chat. Must be legendary. Dave is going to explode. Yes, Dave somewhere while he's walking Tarkin is just like, oh, he's talking about Jet's Pizza, damn it. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Agent Corey, that's horrible. Wow. Okay then. Sorry, I was just reading a couple of chats there. I'm like, okay. All right. So in terms of this thing, I don't think he's going to be going anywhere else, because I think, I mean, he combs the ruins looking for his stuff. Probably doesn't mess around going too far into Azure Kingdom, but he's very interested in these little dwarves. What do you need, buddy? You're making so much noise. He's just a cat. In search of his voice. Oh, wait, he found it. Okay. Well, I wonder if he should. No, I don't think he would know anything about that silly little vampire down there. He wouldn't care. He's the Lord of Glass. Musuch is the Lord of Glass. He's a crazy warp dragon who is just weird. Yeah. Well, what? He's just making the noises. Yeah, the spice rack meme was horrible. That was one of the things. Yeah, the idea that Dave has a sixth sense for when people talk about chess pizza. Hey, Calvino, what are you doing? Get off the printer. This is why there are buttons pushed on my Rodecaster. I look over and I see a pair of shining eyes, and he's just like, what? Why are you on the printer? What are you doing, buddy? What has got into you? What? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, he's resisting arrest. They say this is a treant that got lost and separated from all his brethren. His name is Thurmond. What? Come here. Come up here. Come here. Forlorn kitty. Come here. Come here, forlorn cat. All right. Do you need something really important? Something super, super duper important? I will give you the tiny little piece of meat that I saved off for you. It is minuscule, but I thought you'd want it as a treat. I will give it to you now. Here you go. Here you go, buddy. It's tiny, and he'll want more. But I saved one little tiny scrap of that meat. And that's why I didn't do it. Why didn't give it to you earlier? Because you want more, don't you? He's licking his lips like everything is made of beef now, right? It's beef all the way down. It's totally beef all the way down. No, it's not beef all the way down. So we do have a couple of named treants here. I mean, I have the one, but he's all fungally infected. He's a messed up guy. I do have another one in another part of the story that I was talking about. He's just a normal treant, though. He's doing his job. Okay, stay here for a second. Don't move. Okay, there we go. Now that you moved my whole desk, I'm going to move back. You gave me food, now I have all the food. Yes, exactly. This pizza is horrible, but love your spice rack. Do you guys... I think I mentioned this before. Like, when you are looking at a book that describes whatever, a location, some people like all kinds of dates. Some people like specific information on like imports and exports. And we talked about adding some imports and exports. Do you guys care a whole lot about concrete numbers of like how many people generally live in an area, or is a definition of town, village, hamlet, city enough? What? You were in such a crazy mood. My goodness, buddy. You're flipping your tail around like a whip. He's in a fussy mood. Does the book have words in it? Because I don't look at those books. There are words, yes. I think I had Jets Pizza once. Take a picture with a fork on your head to prove it. Need numbers. All right. Well, I do have numbers in a lot of places, but I don't have like concrete specific. It's more like generalities. The Book of I mean, they can be. But the reason that I don't normally put tons of those things in there is because a lot of it is also up to the individual dungeon master or lore keeper, legend keeper, because they're free to just say, wow, that doesn't matter. The map says this, but, you know, a lot of people have moved out. Okay. Oh. I think Pumpkin is being a pest again.
And in this corner, we have Pumpkin.
When he and my other cat Ferdinand, who doesn't like to play very much, start playing like that, they can get loud. They run around the house. Depends on how interesting the place is. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I have general numbers in a lot of places. Not all of them are all completely filled in. I've changed some of them because I've made the places larger. And some of them I just set all the numbers to like 0. Because I'm like, well, it's a Lost Kingdom, so there's nothing. But at its height, it may have had blah, 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 blah. And that's another Lost Kingdom. It has nothing. You get nothing and like it. Tribes and Rotstone. I'm picking all the good ones here to look at. Yeah, so some of these I removed the entry number because I was trying to still toy with them. Trying to keep an idea in my head that, you know, I could move these around and mush them whenever. But I'll make a note to myself to go back and start adding some. But the thing is, what good do they do you? I mean, I guess my question is it purely for just saying, oh, I can't conceive of how big of a place is unless I know that there are like 5,000 people living there. If somebody says town, I don't care. I don't really care. I don't know. Or is it like to say, well, if there's 5,000 people, there better be a magic shop or there better be a whatever. I'm just curious what people use those numbers for. Because different players use things for different reasons. Clarify, city means so many people, towns mean so many people. Yeah, that would help. Yeah, and in this world, it's going to be, again, the different kingdoms have different rationales for what is a city, what is a town, what is a hamlet, what is a village, as opposed, you know, from between Fryland and Agrium, they're probably very different. Agrium probably has very rigid numbers. It's like, hey, once the population goes over this amount, then it is technically called one of these. And then the way we handle taxes and we apportion military control is different. And we are going to dissuade them from adding more people because we don't want to send them more money or whatever. But in a place like Fryland, it's like, hey, you know, it's interesting. We always thought Hagenwald is this little farming place, but it's gotten pretty big lately. There's a lot of people living there all of a sudden. And it's still just Hagenwald. Like, do you have a noble in charge of the town or just a town elder? Yeah. How many future indentured subjects will I have? There you go. How much experience is this town worth? If there's 5,000 people, how much do I get per person, per capita? Frontier town's a thing, unexplored land the countries want to tame. There's a lot of land that is just not used after the last war. but I mean, it's technically falls within the boundaries of a kingdom. Like, I mean, there's tons of area in Lost Valara if you want to fight undead. Tons of area in Lost Alasia over here if you want to go fight the marshes and all the monsters and everything. You're not going to find any lost, unexplored land very much on Agrium. But there are reaches and corners and places all over the place in Fryland, like in the hilly areas in the center, where it's just you can ride for like days and days and days and days and never find anybody, then suddenly come across like a frontier farmstead. Like, who the hell are you people? We live out here. Lived out here for like the last 50 years. At least present based on population. Wealth is a big difference between them all. Village is poorer than town is poorer than city. Most barters and material cities being mostly gold. Interesting. We have social workers. Oh no! How many people do I have to kill to steal things? Well, hopefully none if you're a good thief. Depends on which kind of thief you are. Because when you look at a place like Austin, it is, you know, it has its own little fort, Mile Fort trading post. It's got one here. It's across from Littleport. It's the gateway into Fryland from, you know, Sena's Fall and from Uxia and everything over here. But Austinwold, which is a little farther south, closer to other things, is technically farther away from this part of the civilization. So while it has a nice road and everything, it's a little harder to get to. So it's not as large of a place. But High Spring is tiny, tiny, tiny. But it has a lot of people out here working the land. So when you get to a place like Göteborg, it's very large because it's also a fortress. And a good deal of the population of the central whole part of Fryland works and lives out of there. Einstock is a big place because it is, you know, right near Vold. It is pretty much the ambassador town to the elves. So, and the rest of these little places are a little bit smaller. And then Presepe was huge, but it's now just ruins. Port Sturga, that's a big place. Barbarian Thief, just like the Warrior, the Precious is heavy still. There you go. Austin, the city I got lost in. You're stealthy if no one is left alive. Yeah, clarify the map icons. So eventually they're going to be, you know, we'll solidify them into whatever. Because usually the diamond is the capital. And a circle is a large town. And a small circle is any, you know, goes down into villages and whatnot because there's a whole lot of icons. But depending on what we get the artist to decide on, the art style can delineate it, or we can have the icons not be different sizes. They could be all the same size, and it just comes down to the entry that defines it all. Elvino, you seem like you're in quite a mood. You were just flipping your tail around. You're laying here like Superman, sleepy cat, but you're just like flipping your tail like crazy. Yeah. The bigger, the larger, and then the shape of it was kind of part of it. It said capital downwards. They don't have a whole lot of icons in this setup right now. So, Yep. These will, whatever we have the map icons being, that will actually define, help define what people know. Because usually if you look for the diamond with a little diamond inside it, you found the capital. And if you find a large circle like this, it's like a big city. And you find a little one like this, it's a small town. And then you find these tiny little things, they're little villages. And anything with an X through it is usually a fort or a defensive building or a point of interest. Yep. yeah, basically, whenever we get the legend, we get that stuff figured out, it will help inform a lot of stuff to people. And then people will do whatever they're going to do with it anyway. They'll just come up with their own reasoning and ideas because people like doing that. I just noticed, Dave, that you were yelling at Archivist AI and calling it a bastard. Oh boy, I missed a couple messages here. Wow. All right, I'll be reading that stuff. Oh my gosh, they are just insane up there today. What I get for moving some stuff around and taking some stuff down and moving it around. And now they think the whole room is like a jungle gym now because it's totally changed because I moved a box. I still want to go through and do something where I'm actually putting the names of the rivers in places, but I can't really do it on here because there's no way to like align them properly to the rivers. All you can do is like curves. Like I did it over here as a test. You can see that I put the Donswell River along here. It doesn't conform well, and I don't like it. But I mean, it's there. It's not something I enjoy. I could run them along just in like a little straight line and say bop, 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 put the name on them all, but it just gets a little muddy. So we'll wait until we get an artist to mess around with this a bit. But we'll archive this, so we'll have the original art that was done when we do the making of, when this all goes down in history. Right? Right. It'll be great. All right, why did I get pinged in this? Oop. Mute that tab to see what they're saying to me. Mute the tab. All right. All right. Beep. If you, let's see, if you were to look at my tab here, a map. All right. Look at this. Because the thing that I can't do on here, because I can only go in so far on these maps, is the level of detail you go into in something like Hobbiton. The thing is, a place like Hobbiton has been, lived in for a very, very long time, and they haven't had wars or fighting or anything for a very long time there. So they've spread out and turned into like little English villages and whatnot. Some of these areas could be like that, but a lot of them were completely devastated by the war, and the people kind of huddled. And over the last 1,000 years, people have started moving out, but it's not as rapid as you would think, given the fact that there are monsters everywhere. I'm thinking I could make notes in here specifying, so when legends or Legend Seekers keepers look at this and they're like, oh, that's quite a distance between High Spring and the little fort that heads off and down into Sturga or Port Sturga. So maybe we need to put some more villages in there. The reason I'm not putting every village in there is because this allows the DM to just say, oh, there's a farmstead / inn village thing along this road that's called blah. But I would think I would put a note basically saying anywhere along any of these roads, the keeper is free to just add village X. Blarg. Yep, which village is classic village gets burned down for movie intros? All of them. Mercer Holt 8299 for $100. I get to read a super chat. Do I need to do it in the voice? All right, we're gonna use the megaphone.
Mercer Holt 8299 says, just dropping by to drop off my 2 cents on lore, which is that I feel angels in TTRPGs are absurdly nerfed compared to their biblical counterparts. As a reminder, 1 angel is all it takes to wipe out an army or smite an entire country's firstborn. Also, love your work.
Well, thank you very much for that, and I wholeheartedly agree. Now, I think if we're talking in terms of games, if we went with like classic D&D Solars or Planetars or whatever, any of those divine angel type things are so removed from what an angel could do, you know, an actual message of a god, that I think they should definitely be explained away as not being a real angel. And when you get down to like the lesser beings like ASMR or on the devilly side, the tieflings, they should just be like, oh, they're like definitely watered down versions. And Mercer Holt for another 5. Suggestion, maybe put a few blank dots for unnamed settlements or villages to show it exists on the map for reference. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Right now I have things and I started putting them on, but I realized I was getting too numerous. If you notice when I talked about Agrium before, they have things called mile forts. So all along the coastal road, their ancient coastal road, they have these little X's. They have a thing called mile forts. They're not technically a mile apart. Some of them are way more than a mile apart, but they have them all along this road. And these are places that used to have a mile fort. And these are kind of exactly what you're talking about. Like when you look along the Caustic Strand, which was just absolutely devastated, Savis, Sulis, Dubris, these places are all founded around where a mile fort was. So in one of them, the mile fort has been turned into the local garrison. One has been kind of expanded with another part of a building to turn into the residence of the person who runs the place. And in one of the other places, it was almost completely torn down, and it's now used as like the blacksmith and a few other parts of the things for the town, because all the stone was used for everything else. But yeah, definitely, I think that's not a bad idea. Throwing some of those things on the map might be useful. I think when we get whatever the art style is going to be for the artists, it's going to be pretty cool to see what they can do with that. Yep, I got you, Dave. I understand what you're saying with your DM there. But thank you again, Mercer Holt. I am, and Erudai, we're very excited to have your support. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for helping Erudai work towards the art goals. The art goals is a big thing. Getting more art for the books is going to push them over the top. It's going to be great. And thank you. Yes, totally agree. Absolute legend. Biblical angels are more like equivalent to gods in most TTRPGs. Yeah, basically. Feel like going with the alchemy definitions of a homunculi, where essentially an angel puppeting a construct. Interesting. Yeah. Well, yeah, and also in this, I'm trying to make sure that the godkin, which are what I'm referring to as, you know, what people would call in mythology demigods, they have some blends of the abilities of a god and mankind, but they're definitely not invulnerable, and they're definitely not immortal. They take hits, and some of them, well, have died, as we've seen with Ari. He's buried in this cairn here after he fought Grix's army. You can't stop a god who has a god killer weapon, no matter how powerful you are as a mere godkin. A mere godkin, I say. Yes, Kelvino, what? What, buddy? He just raised his paw up when I was talking, just like, sounded like he wanted to say something. What? You all right, bud? No, he's just twitching his tail in his sleep. I'm really interested in the idea to Erudia, so maybe I'll bring this up again tomorrow, or not again, but I'll bring it up tomorrow when we talk about Q&A, because you have all the orders for all the gods and the paladins and whatnot. I think having a place or two, or a legendary item, or a quest item, or something associated with those orders would be kind of fun. Like maybe the order of the Chrysalis, I think it's the order of the Chrysalis, they lost something during the war, or post-war. They had something that was like a relic, and it got, lost when they were overwhelmed trying to make an incursion into the Whitewood, and they're trying to get it back. Or maybe there's something in one of the kingdoms that was an incredibly powerful item or artifact that is, for all intents and purposes, doing something it's not intended to do. It'd be kind of fun. Just having legendary things in the world would be fun. Got to get back on the road. Have to get back to hauling this load down to Flora. All right, you drive. Good luck. Only numbers we need are how many brothels there are in those locations. Which ones are 5 stars? Worth noting, there will be various tiers to monsters like devils and angels and such. There will be certainly legendary angels. Okay, cool. Now, Erudia, can I have a legendary kobold? Kobold King. He looks like Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah. Little tiny, scaly, little Billy Bob Thornton. Maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea. Yeah. Kitty cat. He's just all sprawled out. I mean, now his tail has finally stopped twitching, so he's kind of in a better headspace now. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, looks like my game is going to be starting in 7 minutes after all. I'm pretty excited by all this craziness. I think I'm gonna try and remember to bring my. I guess I don't have it down here. I guess it must be up in the dishwasher. My Legend Seeker mug with me when I'm doing the stream. I'll try to remember. You're writing official lore, you get unlimited legendary characters, obviously. Yes. All right. This is going to be great. I was thinking the other day about the Aig, and I can't remember what I named the other one, the legendary, the skip back. Why can't I think of it? It's called basically the giant turtle. And I want to write a little more about that. Skip back Testa, was it? Skip back. Dang it. Aig. There we go. Yeah, migrating island that wanders. It was Aig and Brim. They're Thalasia's pets. The island-sized skip back Testas. The 2 giant island tortoise things that float around out here in this area. That should be entertaining. Woo-hoo. I kind of want there to be something that was related to Grix in some way, shape, or form. Like, I don't know, a crazy, monstrous, abyssal shark or something. Also going to be coming up with some members-only content now that Legend Seeker's on Moonskull now. Sweet! We do have a tier on here for members that is fully earmarked for Legend Seeker support. Sweet. I love it. I love it. I'm excited for all this stuff that's coming on. I think it's going to be great. I am considering, like, in my brain, how I've been thinking about this, like I've mentioned, like the lizard folk and the Agrians and some other people at different points in their past. Groups just said, we're done with you people, and we left, and we're going to go explore, and they never heard from them again. And those are the people that went and, like, settled other parts of Erudia and kind of left the Godlands. So the gods know that they were there. The gods know stuff that's going on. They settled on other continents and lands and stuff. Now, the keepers were also there at some point, and there's stuff there. And there's nothing to say that Bricks and the other gods and people who couldn't have been there as well and put down their own interesting bits and pieces of history. That's for a different book. But I am thinking about that and trying to put that stuff in here. So thinking about that and thinking about the stuff that you're talking about with member streams is gonna be pretty entertaining. A legendary cloud Erudia Tootie. Totally different land, and oh no, it sank beneath the waves. Oh well. Right, Calvino? Right, buddy? I'm sorry, I gotta move you. Oh, there we go. I got my leg back. Oh, I'm sorry, I got my headphone cord stuck on you. Yeehaw. Well, I'm almost out of here. I've only got about 2 minutes left. I'm gonna be back on Thursday to do more of this, but I will be back here with Erudia tomorrow night. So we'll be causing all kinds of problems. Well, he'll be causing problems, and I'll just be calm and collected and totally normal, like I always am. Not about to slip into a food coma. Right? Right. So I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go to my game with my work friends. So thank you very much. We got through another one. I didn't fall asleep after eating food for enough food for a small family. And yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'll talk to you all a little bit later. Let me go find that button that lets me out of here. There's an exit button somewhere. Where's the get out of here button? Rats, he didn't slip into the food coma. No, I fought tooth and nail. I did it. All right. But I did start up the stream in megaphone mode, so you at least get that.
And with that, we're done. I'll see you all later.
All right. Good night. For real.